And she says, forget your feelings about Obama and McCain. Forget that Columbus voters are the most polarized in the nation. Forget swing states, vice presidential debates, and the quickly approaching day of the decision. That all comes later. Remember instead Sunday of Hurricane Ike. You remember that? And Hurricane Ike went right up through Columbus, tore the trees out of the roots, and took the city out of power for a week. So Renee Barker is this lady. Mm-hmm. She had no power. Okay. So she and her fiance went in search of batteries and candles. All right. Okay. Well, the neighborhood Giant Eagle was black because they were out of power, and the only place that Barker could find that was still open with power was United Dairy Farmer Store. You know, are you familiar with UDF, right?
No, we don't have them around here, but that's okay.
Oh, you never heard of UDF?
Nope.
Okay, they're a convenience store, like 7-Eleven. Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously you can get batteries there.
They do make the greatest ice cream I've ever eaten in my life.
Really?
Anyway, the store here in Columbus, it's actually in Grandview on West 5th Avenue for anybody who knows the area. Barker walks into the store while her fiance waited in the car. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, she was told when she got in the store that they had no batteries. All right. She was told this by the clerk behind the counter, Mark Medina.
Yes. Mark
Medina.
Mark Medina. That's my name today.
No, he's American.
Oh, okay. He works for UDF.
Yeah. Well,
God dang right.
He looks at her and he says, "Can I tell you about my candidate, John McCain?" Okay. Well, he's going
to testify.
It caught Barker off guard, and then she noticed he was looking at her chest. Oh. Well, then it clicked. She was wearing her Barack Obama sweatshirt.
Oh, her Barack Obama bra.
Yes, and Barker said that this guy picked the wrong girl on the wrong night. Because she fires back at him, "I probably know more about John McCain than you do. And if you're really for McCain, I'll take you down to the local recruiter myself so that you can be all that you can be." All right.
You know, she had her neck twirling back and forth with her finger.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just tell you something, honey. I knows all about the goddamn John McCain.
Well, in the store surveillance video, she says, "You can see me pointing at my sweatshirt saying, 'Are you kidding me? You're going to give me a hard time because I wore the wrong thing into your store?'" Now, Barker's this little 36-year-old girl. Right. And she admits she's passionate about her politics and social issues.
I should say so. I think she sounds like she's overreacting.
Right. She just went through this back surgery she's recuperating from, and she rescues thoroughbred horses in her spare time. And she's getting ready to leave for Uganda in the spring to teach English. All right. So she's doing her share, whatever. She says she's donated money to the Obama campaign and concedes that she's not afraid to engage in any challenge to her political beliefs. And on this night, though, wearing her political beliefs on her sleeve created a situation that quickly turned from the absurd to the surreal. All right. She says that what she thought would become little more than a political debate turned confrontational when another employee, who Barker describes as a little hip-hop girl in big clothes.
Okay.
She had the big clothes on, you see. And, I saw like they were big clothes. She was swimming in them. She had hip waders on.
Right.
Little hip-hop girl.
Right.
She was breakdancing by the candy section while we were arguing about politics.
We don't like that.
What was she?
Robo-ho.
She was a robo-ho.
Yeah. She come over talking about, yo, this motherfucker this motherfucker that.
Robo-ho.
So whose side was the hip-hop girl on?
Well, she worked at the store.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
she had to be for McCain?
The guy, Mark Medina, told his employee, the little hip-hop girl, that Barker was a stupid, loudmouthed liberal.
Hey, look, I got one over here. Look, everybody.
After a few more words, Barker says she turned to leave as the female employee stepped toward her, shouting, "Get out of the store!"
Bitch.
All right.
Take your Obama shit and get out the store. Just be a McCain UDF, yo.
Right. Barker insists there was no physical contact, no property damage, and toward the end, only minimal profanity. "I asked him valid questions, and he just put his head down and started sweeping," said Barker. And I'm like, you brought it up. You don't do that to the consumer.
Yeah, her valid question was, "What the fuck you mean? You gonna be giving me a bunch of shit? You want me to knock you out?
Well, Barker's fiance watched the encounter from their car, and he's all puzzled. He thought, it might be politics, it might be the weather, he said. Barker's fiance...
She's pointing at her tits about the weather.
He said he didn't think too much of the incident until Medina came to the front of the store as Barker came out of the store with her phone in her hand.
Okay.
And the guy comes out, and he starts copying down the couple's license plate number.
Oh.
Well, at that point, Barker's fiance gets out of the car and goes up and says, "What are you doing?" When he told him he was filing an assault charge with police, the fiance grabbed the paper with their license number out of his hand, grabbed the phone out of his hand, threw it on the ground, and they left the store and drove home. Okay.
The cops came to the apartment.
Well, no,
right?
Medina called 911.
Madonna called.
Medina.
I know.
Now listen to this. And of course, the police were receiving a higher than usual volume of calls due to citywide power outages. Now they got to go deal with this crap.
Hey, this goddamn Obama bitch was in here spouting her liberal crap. I'll tell you what, I told her what for, and she got one of them tree-hugging liberals to get out the goddamn car and threw my notebook over the fence.
He told the cops it was a white woman and a Mexican.
And he wasn't even legal. I looked at him. He didn't have no tags on his collar.
And Barker's going, "Oh, this idiot's calling 911 like it's life or death. Some Mexican and some drunk woman are raising hell," he said, and now the officer has to show up in the middle of a blackout.
They come in here looking for candles and batteries, just like any other liberal would. God dang it, power's out. Look at the liberals. Wah, I don't have no lights. My vibrator don't work. Wah. Give me a government grant so I can get my batteries and my candles at the UDF.
All right, so listen, they go home, and after talking through the incident, they decide to call the police on their own and find out if indeed the UDF employees had filed some police report. Well, when they were told that a report had been filed and that both she and her fiance were described as intoxicated, Barker invited police to her Victorian Village home to test them, worried that a phony police report could wind up on their record. Well, police declined, and they have not filed charges against the couple. Barker says when she explained to police what had happened, they advised her to contact UDF to get things straightened out, but that only made things worse.
Oh, really? They did?
Yeah.
What's to be straightened out? They didn't get their batteries?
Listen, UDF is based in Cincinnati. Founded and owned by the Lindner family, who are no less shy about their politics than Barker. They're definitely major. They're financial, including financial backers of the. Well, yeah, I mean, Carl Lindner Jr. is the former CEO of the Cincinnati Reds. He's a self-made billionaire. All right, Forbes 400 richest Americans, they're ranked 205th, so they're doing all right.
Not bad.
When asked if they allowed political canvassing in any of their stores, consumer relations representatives in the Cincinnati corporate offices responded, "No, we do not."
No, sir, we do not abide by that.
And then they declined to give a name or further comment.
Nope, we ain't saying nothing else unless you're telling us you're voting McCain. Then we'll talk to you all the goddamn day.
Numerous other calls to UDF store and corporate personnel were not returned or they were declined for comment. Immediately following the Sunday night incident, which occurred around midnight, Barker called UDF's corporate offices Monday evening. She received a call from Medina's supervisor, which registered as a blocked number on her phone records.
Ooh, okay.
She was sweet as sugar, told me she'd get back to me, said Barker. Another day passed. Once I realized they were doing nothing, Barker said she followed the advice of the police dispatcher and called the store for the contact information of a higher supervisor.
What the hell was she trying to get accomplished here?
Just listen. I thought
it was over.
It was 4:21 Tuesday afternoon. Barker said Medina answered her call and refused to give the supervisor's number. She called the corporate office again and was connected not with a supervisor, but with the senior security specialist for the Columbus UDF zone, Carl Rankin.
Carl Rankin.
Right.
Detective Rankin here.
They were doing nothing about it. They were basically like giving me the finger, especially the head of security, who was really threatening. He never listened to my side. I told him I was just trying to reach a manager. And he's like, "Look, Miss Renee."
He's got the riot gear on with his billy club sitting there talking on the phone. Gonna bust some hippies' heads.
Well, let's see. Barker then hung up with Rankin, unsatisfied. An hour after a call to the Fifth Avenue store, listen to this. Barker's phone records show she received a blocked call, which she says was a threat, so she called police. According to the Columbus police report, of the incident, Barker stated that the caller told her, "Watch your back. I'm watching you. I know where you live," and then asked her how her pets were doing and that the caller had seen them at UDF the night of the blackout.
"We got eyes on you, you Obama bitch."
"It does not take a brain surgeon to figure out that my number popped up on the UDF phone," Barker said. "I call to ask for a supervisor, and an hour later I get this threatening phone call."
This guy in the UDF is a real. Well, this is why he's working the UDF at midnight on a Sunday
yeah,
night.
but you got wait till you hear this. Let's see. A few days later, September 22nd, Barker received a letter from Rankin, UDF's district head of security. The letter cited a situation she was involved with, along with harassing phone calls to corporate offices. Now they're saying she's harassing them. It's all right, but here's what the letter stated. "You are being advised that you may not enter any UDF store or property, and that several police reports have been made as a result of your actions." She's banned from UDF.